Let's begin today just by welcoming ourselves to this practice, this meditation, or really it's a mindfulness kind of primer to meditation. And we're going to continue the practice of looking at the breath. Today, what we're going to be doing is, like I said, it's a primer to meditation. It's a way for us to really focus in on the breath with a task. Our brains are great when we have a task. When there's no task, then things, the brain just sort of starts to do its thing and starts to produce thoughts and stories and songs from your youth and all of that. So we're going to give it a task. And the task is this: with every inhale and every exhale, you're going to count backwards. You'll start at the number 49, and you'll inhale 49, exhale 48, inhale 47, exhale 46, and so forth. And we'll keep going like that for a while. And then I'm going to have you change it so that you inhale, pay attention as if you are going to count, but then only count when you exhale. So you'll inhale, exhale, and we'll start at 20. Exhale 20, inhale, exhale 19, inhale, exhale. And so on and so forth. And the idea here is that we have this task, we have this hope that we can continue to focus on the breath, but we know the reality is we're going to at some point lose focus. That is just what our brain does. So whenever you lose focus and you recognize that you've trailed off, you come back to whatever the last number you remember counting and start from there. And the lesson here is that you don't have to go back to square one. This awareness that you have trailed off and coming back, that is the practice. There is no goal that you reach zero. There is no goal that you have this perfect few minutes of no distraction. The goal, or the aim, if you want there to be one, is simply to be aware on purpose for a length of time. And that's what we're calling meditation today. So begin by finding whatever your comfortable position might be. Maybe it's sitting in a chair or sitting on a cushion on the floor. Make sure that you're warm enough. Make sure that there's not a lot of distractions around you. And take the next few moments to maybe adjust your position or grab a blanket. Do whatever you need to do so that you feel that your body is taking a shape that signifies dignity. And you are in a position that you can sustain without a lot of effort. And once you have that, just begin to notice your breathing as it is right here and now. There's no technique to the breath. If possible, breathe through your nose, but that's not a requirement. What's more important is that you notice the breath. And then when you are ready, you'll begin to count backwards, counting both the inhale and exhale, starting at the number 49. Remember that when you lose track, you simply return to the last number you remember counting and begin again from there. Let your breath be a natural rhythm. There's no need to employ any special technique. And then if you haven't yet reached the number 20, don't worry about it. Simply cease the counting where you're at right now and make the shift, only counting the exhales, starting your counting backwards from the number 20. And do that whenever you're ready. Return to the last number you remember counting whenever you notice that you've drifted away. And see if you can make this shift back to the practice without any judgment. Letting the breath enter and exit without really any agenda, other than to be aware of it, to acknowledge it. And whether or not you have concluded counting, let's cease the practice of counting and bring that same level of attention to the breath without the practice of counting. That same awareness of how it feels for the breath to flow in and out of your body, to move the body, and to bring sensation to different parts of the body with every inhale, every exhale. Continue to be curious about it. And when the mind wanders and does its mind things, come back to the breath, not with a number, but simply with awareness of the breath moving in and out of the body responding to the breath, of the sensations that you feel with your breath. Over and over again, we do this. Aiming our attention at the breath, witnessing when we move that attention to something else, and then bringing the attention back to the breath.